this album seems to me that it seems to be very timely in that, as a nation, as a planet, we've come through 2 years of lockdown and loss for hundreds and thousands, millions of people across the planet, and it seems to me that it's an album that is you're talking about the hope of glory for people who maybe are feeling a lack of hope or despair. So you know, a message of, you know, bright light, you know, in darkness in people's lives.
Right. Jesus is that shining light, you know, and no matter how dark our days are, if we have the light of Christ in our lives, we have everything we need. You know, it's the all-sufficiency of Christ. And there's a song on the album called He Can, He Does, which is sort of about that, you know, that you know, remember that Christ died on the cross for our sins, and He made a way for us to be reconciled to the Father.
From the grave, He is strong enough to save. He can, He still does. There's a wonder-working power in the blood. This is love. Take the blood.
And we don't have to despair that this earth here is all there is, because there's so much more, you know.
Yeah, which is another song.
Yeah. Segue, another song, So Much More,
Which is actually a fun tune. Very much.
Yes, beautiful treatment. Phil had the idea of, you want to talk about it? Yeah.
Well, I think we brought it into kind of a, you know, a bit of a Graceland, a little bit of Caribbean feel to it.
Islandy.
Yeah, it was a little bit faster when you first presented it to me, and then I said, let's just bring it down into this groove. And so you went home, and I created the track, and I said, what do you think? And you go, I love it. In fact, her demo, which was faster, I isolated her vocal, and I slowed her vocal down, time compression, just to give her an example how it would fit in to the track I created. And then you came back and re-sang it.
Yeah. Yes.
Like a hand in glove, it was just right.
So much more. We can only see a little of God's loving. A few rich treasures from His mighty store. But out there far beyond our eyes' horizon, there's more. So much more.
I would like to ask you to share what your pastor spoke about, because I think that's one of the most incredible, would you say, acclamations of the heart and the power of this album.
Yeah, I wish I had the email right in front of me, but my pastor, who Phil also knows, actually had encouraged me to work with Phil on this project, and just prayed so much for me throughout this project, knowing how difficult it was for me. But he sent this email. He said, after 4 times listening through, he said something about it being a beautiful expression of grace and truth, and gut-wrenchingly mature was the phrase that he used that just sort of got my heart, you know.
Yeah.
Because it usually takes just total heartbreak for us to mature in the faith. And we are invited to participate in the sufferings of Christ, right? And so when we suffer, we don't really love it. We don't enjoy it. No. It isn't fun. And yet He gives us the treasures of darkness, you know. In the darkness, He gives us the treasure of faith, and He gives us Himself, and He is the reward, you know, that we experience more deeply in those times of gut-wrenching, you know, a gut-wrenching state. So
yeah, I worked on the album. You know, I mixed it, I edited it. Rex Paul Schnelly also really was a great assistance in the
Yes.
final mixes and the mastering of the album. And so I was driving around doing errands the other day, and a number of these songs I listened to the whole album through, and I still came to tears at a couple points, even after having worked on the album over the last year with you, which means it has a continual freshness about it, like it touches the heart afresh. And so
Yes.
I'm hoping that people will hear it.
Stand strong and keep traveling on till we're on our way to destination home. Soon we're on our way to destination